Mobile games are everywhere. At home, on the bus, at work, we sneak in a quick game and suddenly 5 minutes becomes 50. A completely different genre to PC or console gaming. But how can it be so hard to put the game down, and why do we keep coming back even when we know we could be doing much more with our lives? One of the biggest reasons mobile games are addictive is something called variable rewards. It's the same system slot machines use in casinos. Instead of giving you a reward every time, the game gives you rewards at unpredictable times. Open a chest, maybe you get something rare, maybe you don't. Beat a level, maybe you get 3 stars, maybe just 1. These inconsistencies and levels of randomness light up your brain's reward system by giving quick shots of dopamine when you least expect it. When your brain doesn't know if a reward is coming, it gets more excited due to anticipation. This releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. The uncertainty makes your brain crave the next try. You think, maybe the next chest has something better, and before you know it, you've opened another 10. This trick is everywhere. Clash Royale has random card drops from chests, Brawl Stars has loot boxes with random unpredictable characters, Subway Surfers has mystery boxes. That little what if is what keeps players spinning the wheel. Another key part to mobile games is the common design in being played in tiny bursts. Most matches or levels take just 2 to 3 minutes each, which makes it way easier to tell yourself just one more game. It doesn't feel like you're using up a lot of time or that it's a huge commitment, but these short bursts stack up. This also creates what's called a habit loop. Because you can play whenever and wherever, your brain starts linking boredom with playing. Waiting in line, bored at home, you automatically think about grabbing your phone and opening up a game. Humans love seeing progress. That's why mobile games constantly show you bars filling, levels unlocking, and numbers going up. Every little win gives your brain a small dopamine hit, and because these rewards are visible like trophies, stars, crowns, XP bars, they push you to keep chasing the next one. Games like Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, and Candy Crush use this brilliantly. You always feel like you're almost done upgrading something. Just one more match for enough coins, just one more win to reach the next arena. This almost there feeling is powerful and keeps players grinding. Then there's the social side. Many mobile games let you join clans, compete on leaderboards, or send gifts to friends. This creates a level of social pressure in not wanting to let your team down or wanting to do better than your friend. This turns the game from a solo side hobby into a social obligation, keeping you logging in every day. This is especially true in games with time-limited team events. If you don't contribute, your team loses, and nobody wants to be the reason your clan missed out on a big reward. Mobile games also use something called loss aversion. Humans hate losing progress more than they like gaining it, so games add things you can lose if you stop playing, like daily streaks, arena ranks, or time-limited loot. This creates what's called FOMO, fear of missing out. If you skip a day, you lose your streak. If you don't open the app, your chest timer pauses. That sense of losing something if you don't play right now keeps players glued to the game. And of course, it wouldn't be a mobile game without the aspect of money and microtransactions. Many mobile games use a strategy called foot in the door. They start with a small harmless purchase like a 99-cent starter pack, making spending in small bursts feel normal. Then, as you get more invested, the offers slowly get bigger and more tempting. Limited time sales, special gem bundles, VIP passes. The longer you play, the harder it is to walk away because you've already spent money. What's the harm in spending a little more, right? Well, combining this with the variable reward system and you've got yourself something dangerously close to gambling right there in your pocket. The many tools mobile games use to hook us into their ecosystems of addiction aren't an accident. They're designed to keep us coming back, keep us playing their games, and furthermore spending even more money. One of the clearest examples of this is Candy Crush Saga. Whilst it may look simple, what's hidden beneath a simple innocent game is a psychological trap. You open your phone for just a quick game. 5 minutes later, you've cleared 10 levels. 1 hour later, you're still playing. Candy Crush is one of the most addictive mobile games ever made with over 3 billion downloads worldwide, all because of how addictive it truly is. Candy Crush uses the same technique as mentioned before, the variable reward loop. Discovered by a behavioral psychologist in the 1930s, rewards given at random are far more powerful than constant rewards. Candy Crush uses this principle with each level, as sometimes you clear a level easily and get showered with bright colors, effects, and praise, but sometimes you aren't so lucky, failing by just one move. Frustrating but motivating to keep going, creating what's called the near miss effect, keeping your brain thinking, I was so close, just one more try. Every match you make gives you that burst of dopamine. However, because the reward timing is so unpredictable, your brain can't tell when to stop. This loop of anticipation, action, and then reward is the same loop that makes people pull slot machine levers thousands of times in a row. But in Candy Crush, that lever is your finger swiping away at candy. This is the first psychological trap, and you'll notice it's not about fun, it's about manipulating how your brain expects the rewards given to you. The next psychological hook is called the Zeigarnik effect. This is the idea that our brains hate unfinished tasks. We remember incomplete things more than completed ones, and we feel a drive to finish them. Candy Crush uses this idea to perfection. The game is split into thousands of bite-sized levels, and you're shown a colorful map, teasing how far you've come, yet so far you still have to go. Every level you pass makes you think, okay, just one more, because stopping now means leaving the task unfinished. It doesn't just stop there, because if you fail a level, the game gives you hints that you almost had it, often showing the one move you missed. This creates a sense of psychological tension that makes your brain want to close the loop and finish the task. So even if you meant to stop and go do that one thing on your to-do list, you find yourself saying, okay, just one more level. Now, here's the clever part. Candy Crush doesn't actually let you play forever. Once you lose 5 lives, you have to wait 30 minutes to get just 1 life back. This sounds like you're getting a break, right? Well, psychologically, it's the opposite. This uses a concept called artificial scarcity. When something is limited, we value it more. By making playtime scarce, Candy Crush makes it feel more precious. However, tricking your brain into thinking you're missing out on valuable Candy Crush time can also cause what we talked about earlier, FOMO. The game sends push notifications whenever your lives get restored, and it offers time-limited events or daily rewards if you log in today, creating a subtle pressure to return to the game. You aren't playing because you're bored anymore, you're playing because you don't want to miss out. Whilst Candy Crush can be a fun and addicting free-to-play game, with the rise of in-game currencies and microtransactions in all mobile games, of course there's going to be an opportunity for money to enter the picture. Let's say you've been stuck on a level for 3 days. You get really close and then the game says, you're out of moves, buy 5 more for 99 cents. This is where the sunk cost fallacy kicks in. Your brain thinks, I've already spent so much time getting this far, it would be a waste to stop now. So you hand over your credit card details and complete the transaction. And once you've paid, there's no going back. The mental barrier is broken. You've now invested real money into the game, which increases your commitment to keep going because you don't want to have wasted those purchases. This is why Candy Crush made over $1 billion in a year at its peak. It's not just selling fun, it's selling an escape from frustration that it created in the first place on purpose. At this point, the game isn't just using your brain's reward system, it's profiting directly from it. Finally, let's talk about the overall Candy Crush experience. It overwhelms you with bright, highly saturated colors, loud sound effects, and positive feedback words like sweet and divine. All of these mini dopamine hits stacked on top of the rewards make every small success feel like a huge win, even if you're just matching candy on a screen. And when your senses are being constantly rewarded, your brain starts to crave it even more. So why do we get addicted to mobile games like Candy Crush? Because it's not just a game, it's a carefully engineered psychological machine built to exploit how your brain reacts to rewards, scarcity, and progress. Randomized reward loops keep you guessing, the Zeigarnik effect keeps you finishing each level, artificial scarcity and FOMO keep you coming back, and the sunk cost fallacy pushes you to spend. Next time you pick up your phone for just one game, remember it's not you lacking willpower, it's the design of the game being almost impossible to put down.